You guys haven't been on Facebook Marketplace at night? Well, this is what I did, and this is what I ended up having. I ended up wanting to buy 2 daggone Mustangs because they were some Roush Skip Barber joint. I said, you know what? Let's go get it. Yeah, I picked a fine time to go up there in the daggone snow. Cold, bro. My nephew was with me, and we brought the daggone thing home. All right, so we sit and thought about it. I was like, yo, man, I can't build this thing here, man. I need a daggone frame straightening machine. So we came up with a better idea. Boom. We was like, you know what? All we want out of this thing is the daggone roll cage. So we kept chopping, and we chopped that quarter panel off there. And let me tell you, you know what we did after that? Got rid of it, and we went and we got the other one. Yep. We sat there for a good minute trying to figure out how we could do this a little bit better. And I was looking at it, I was like, yo, this car here is cool, man. They got the stripes, they got the doors, they got things, but that roof is dogged. We can use parts off the other car to make it happen. There's a few cars in the junkyard I seen, and I said, you know what? This is quite possible that we can make this happen. It's going to take a lot of effort, but the whole key was to get this car rolling, you know, on 4 wheels. That was the whole premise of this whole thing. But now, fast forward this, right? We finally got the car home. And when we got the car home, I was like, oof, this is going to be a little bit more harder than we thought. But you know what? We're going to stay down with it. You know what I mean? And we're going to make it happen. So then this video today, we're going to try to get this car rolling. And you see that little quarter panel right there? Yeah, hopefully we can get that done in this video too. So let's get to it. Yo, welcome back to the BST4 channel. Wingness, what's going on? What's happening? Boy, we're going to be doing some different stuff today. I know I'm supposed to be doing this roof, but I'm going to pause on that roof because I found something else that was wrong with the car. And it's inside here. I went and found the tank at the junkyard, kind of looking for stuff and everything, and I, boom, found the tank. What we're going to do now, we're going to install that tank inside of this daggone car here. First order of business is how we're going to get this thing jacked up, because there's a little bump that's right here on the end of the gas tanks. So let's begin. And you look for the size for this. I think it's a T50, and then you lube this up, and then you loosen this up. This is the hose bracket for that. It should be flexible, so when you take the tank down, it should be able to flex down, and you could be able to take off this. Okay, don't judge me by that. The back end of this car is really light, and we have that too. If anything, we're just gonna pull this out and pull the other one right back in as quick as possible. I know many of you guys are asking, why did I change out the tank? Well, it was a lot simpler just to change it out versus trying to clean it and get it really right. And plus we have this other situation as far as like the sending units and everything. So we start with a good fresh tank and put it right underneath here and get everything situated. Bolt is in over here. Another bolt right there is in, and that is in. We're moving on to this here. This one came off the red race car, the first one that came here. Took this out. I was going to use this, but we're going to move on to this one over here. What we did was, you know, we took the lower arms, Moog, lower arms, Moog, overspent. You know what I mean? Because this one here was new. I should have just got one side, but you know what? We just changed them. Tie rod ends, we changed them to Moog also. So for the video purposes, I went on in and we installed this subframe here, man. I had to get my little sons to help me. Look at it. It's nice and all painted. And I'm really thankful for the little boys that helped me, man. I really needed the help too. So back to this here. If you're watching me on Facebook, man, you know that this thing was jammed up. I got this thing for cheap. So anyway, went here, welded up, and this is the final result of the whole thing, man. It looks legit, it works, it's all good. Now, we have another problem here, man, is this sway bar link. You can obviously see, man, this is not gonna make it up here. Now, like this one here, it's all legit and long. This car is not lowered, but you see, we're at the junkyard now. Had to take a little break from what we were doing. House is a little funny, man, so before I make a bad decision on something, you know, we just come out here and we try to look for some goodies. This here is pretty good to have. Basically it's the same one at the house, but a little body is a little different, you know what I mean? But it's the same goodies, the same everything. But we're still looking for parts for a Mustang, definitely, and some other stuff. So that's why we're around here trying to look and see what we can find around here. See what kind of swap we can do. This ain't gonna do. That got smacked pretty good. Mercedes, not much of anything worth anything in this one, but I'm kind of looking for Volvo parts also. So I'm just trying to see if anything is in the cut back here. Pretty much don't see anything worth anything. So we'll probably hit the next junkyard. Man, forget going to the other junkyard, man. I came back here and I did something behind the scenes. cut the sway bar link. Cut it, and it was good. It worked out pretty well, but I'm gonna try something else. Something about a legit piece kind of like this, man, even if it's a bootleg one, it's slightly better than a one that you welded, because it's not the right size, you know what I mean? Then now, behind the scenes, right, took the calipers apart, the brakes apart, and adjust the sliders. I had changed this because the other one was stuck in there. And also on the other side, I changed the whole caliper itself so I can get things going. And also you can see that I put the arm over there. So now I have to go to the rear of the car and kind of do the same thing. It's getting a little windy out here, but gotta go to the rear again. So we start to begin with this thing here. It's ripped, bro. No good. So we're gonna exchange it for one of them cheap eBay joints right here. This would do, I guess, right? So we'll slap this on. Yeah, they have the better one, the Stedia, the Roush and all that, but man, just need something to just change it. It was $30 for the bushing. I figured $30 for this. You know, I ain't got to do no work, you know what I mean? So just slap this on. So now I just got to put an 18 to it and get busy. Yo, man, why y'all ain't tell me that this bolt stops here? I got to drop the tank. Okay, why y'all didn't tell me that the screw is inside? I mean, that's a good design. So now I gotta button everything back up that way I had it, and then it's in, but not in. You know, there's bolts loose, there's a lot more bolts, and things gotta go where it needs to go. I don't know if I need this pan bar. I may need an adjustable one, because as you can see, right, there is, if you lower this thing, it's gonna be a problem. But you know, I don't know what I'm doing at the moment with all of that yet, so we don't care too much. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what goes where, and I have no clue. The book doesn't show you nothing. They just tell you how to pull it apart, but not the bolt size, what bolt fits in there. I got tons of bolts. I don't know if they're it. I never even seen one together. So that means go on the internet, look, and see what goes where, and kind of like figure it out. So what are we gonna do is, I'll be back after these messages. Skip a lot of scenes, man. It was a little tough to be able to install this rear here. Now, all right, we got everything kind of situated. Front is in, rear is in. We just need some wheels. He got all the Roush race looking stuff on here. So we robbed Peter to pay Paul. Now the car is on the ground, but we still got some issues. You know what it is. Now it's time to do this roof. I really want to just leave it like this kind of, but if you notice, it's not closing. So what we'll do is we'll try to get it close so it can close, and we'll keep the raggedy roof. But if not, then we have to take the roof off and put on another roof. So, okay, for you guys who don't know, well, this was the first Mustang that we had. All we wanted out of this one here was the roll cage. That was the sole purpose of it. So what we did was we cut the quarter off. Now I was going to do the whole quarter swap and put it on the other car. But you know what I did? I condensed it down to just this little piece right here, which was a bad move. But I end up making it work anyway. So what we did was, first, we had to cut the roof off. You know what I mean? Take all the rivets and all of that stuff off, or the spot welds, whatever you want to call that crap. Throw that crap on the ground and start getting busy. Then what we did was we started to cut the little piece that we didn't need. Now, see that piece there? I should have changed that also, but I didn't. But like I said, I had to work around it. And then right there, I had cut it with the saw, and I had to weld it back to make sure that it was legit, you know what I mean, before I put that other piece on. And then we sitting there, boom, we put that piece on, had to finagle it and make it fit, and it fit pretty well. You know, we worked with it. You know, it's not going to be a beauty queen. We're going to basically leave it just like that and just move forward from there. So
15 minutes later.
It wasn't quite 15 minutes later, but we getting it underway, man. We're welding this thing up using Harbor Freight stuff. And we've gotten the roof on, and it looks pretty decent. Now, right around here, man, I had an issue, and that was with the window. It was buckling right around there. So to fix that, I had to come around here, get a jack, get it up, and then refix the window. Then I had to go back and check over my welds. There's a few welds that I got to go ahead and do over, somewhere right around here. You probably can't see it, but there's there. The front looks good, and then what I'm going to do now, along after welding, is basically sand around here, prime it, then put some spray paint and then let all of that sit there and cure, and then put a little bit of glue all around in the areas. Let me continue on welding and getting this thing right.
2 hours later.
Well, we're going to cut the video short because it started to rain and we packed everything up and got everything back inside the garage.
Well,
Yep, Mr. Selby, we got the car on the ground and we got the roof on. That was the main focus on this video, man. So what I want to do is, man, I want to thank you guys for even checking out this video, man. Please tell a friend to tell a friend and pass the video around if you choose on your social media or whatever kind of platform that you guys are on other than YouTube. Thank you so much for just bearing with me. Now, what we're going to be doing, we're going to get back to this car right here. Yep, we got to put the 5-speed in this because we got to get this moving on its own power so we can be able to put the engine in that. We got everything kind of situated with the engine and what engine we're going to use on that car right here. But this, we got to get this moving, and it ain't going to be simple. There's always some bumps and bruises on anything that you're doing. You think you're getting real comfortable putting 5 speeds in VIX, there's always going to be something. So, man, thank you guys for watching this episode of Build Something TV, man. Hope you guys were enlightened, and thank you so much again for just staying around, bro. And we'll see you guys on the next one. All right? Later.